Teddy. Jesus, wash away my troubles. You didn't bring my phone down, you little shit. Every morning I tell him, bring my phone down. Where the pish is my phone? No tranny babble. Fuck you, Graham. You want to stand between me and the truth? Fuck you, Graham. Oops. Oh my God.
Well, hey.
Who's that?
It's Jin. We got Haunted House in. We've got Psychics. We got Poncho himself.
It's the bloke with the shittest mic in the world. Not a clue what you said, Jin.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
It's all right. Doesn't matter. I told you enough times. If I ignore you, Jin, you know why. All right, buddy.
Yeah, I got you. Sorry about that, mate. Nice one.
Hey, Jin, I had an extra
Hey, Punch.
Blue Yeti microphone.
Right.
Although I have no idea how much it would cost to send it to Japan.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'll go and look for a cheapy mic. I'm on my phone, you see. That's what it is. It's a phone. It's not a computer. It's my iPhone. You sometimes I have great times where you can hear me clearly, and other times you can't. How am I coming over now?
Yeah, you sound good. I have headphones on, so. Poncho, what are you using over there?
Speakers, and if I turn the speakers up, you blow my eardrums out.
Me?
And that ain't happening. So I told him ages ago, I can't hear him. So every time you've been on, Jin, and you think I'm not listening to you, it's because I can't hear a word you're saying, buddy. But I've told you that. I've told Sai that. Sai's another one. Quietest mic in the world. Stands 20 feet from a fucking shitty mic. Even less chance of hearing him.
Okay, well, I'm going to be very close as from now.
I don't have room controls. If I had room controls, I could alter the sound. It wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
When I first met you, I could hear you because I had room controls. But I don't have room controls.
Why do you look like my mother? Ponch. You look like my mom.
But yeah, I think Haunted House came in with some good points. And I think they also mimic, or they're on par with Marilyn's spirit level. The other day, 2-3 days ago, she put out a video about not being distracted. She was concerned about people being distracted with mud floods and other things. We need to stay the course. So, I'm agreeing with that for sure. No doubt about it.
I just realized my level was up there.
You better not be projecting the trannies, Haunted, because I'll steamroll you.
What?
Trannies, yeah.
Say that again, Haunted.
I said, you better not be protecting the trannies, because I'll steamroll you.
I ain't protecting no tranny,
the
mate.
Tranny?
You did yesterday.
What, you mean Bruce Lee?
Bruce
Lee's
Lee.
a man.
Oh, that's right. I heard Bruce Lee was a woman.
Bruce Lee. Use their right name, please, John.
Bruce Shee. How did we come to that one?
How did we come to that one? He's got a female
Bruce
skeleton,
Lee.
mate.
Bruce Lee.
But say it again.
Bruce Lee.
No, I heard that. But how did this become evident?
This is
what happened was I was minding my own business, and people were like, change the record punch from jet fuel. So I did, and it upset them even more than the jet fuel. The minute they started protesting, it was like Shakespeare. I think the lady doth protest too much. It sent the bat phone off, and once I looked, that was it. Bruce Lee.
I had no problem believing Bruce Lee is a woman, but
well, no, it's not the fact that you believe.
The evidence?
It's not the fact that you believe he's a man. It's the fact that you believe he was the hardest man on the plane, and he could 1-inch punch anybody out. That. Everywhere he went, he got offered fights. Everywhere he went, he won fights. Show me some of these fights. In fact, John, just show me any fight. And if you say to me, watch Chuck Norris like Jibby did, I'll kick you straight off the channel.
Poncho, you know the one where Bruce Lee is hitting ping pong balls? You ever see that video?
Oh, yeah, don't even fucking... Another manga!
So
oh, my gosh! You and Jin, I don't know how many people have tried to
Hold on a sec. I was going to
that is evidence. Do you don't know CGI when you see it?
I was going to say, that's total CGI. I wasn't sure if you had ever known that.
So there is no footage of him?
A lot of people believe that's real. Like he's really hitting ping pong balls with nunchucks.
Is he
total CGI?
You couldn't. No, you couldn't. Show me it. Someone would have done it already.
He hit every fucking one of them in the video.
He didn't hit fuck all. It was CGI.
Not only that, all we know about Bruce Lee is movies. Who the fuck knows who this guy is? He was a sensation in the 70s. No,
he wasn't. He was an actor.
Right.
Snap out of it. Hooray for Hollywood. Right. Let me take you back to Full Metal Jacket. Let me see your war face, Haunted.
Ah!
Right, now let me hear Bruce Lee's war face. In plain sight. In plain sight. Woman. But he had muscles. I don't give a shit. Women have got muscles. He did 1-finger press-ups. Women can do 1-finger press-ups. It's like you look down on women like they can't do fuck all.
So you're saying he's a woman because of his vocal range?
No, that's just the pointer. I already told you at the start of this, skeleton. Go study anatomy and muscles. And when you can understand the complexities of curves and straight lines on a man and a woman, you'll see them instantly. Mike Tyson, woman. Floyd Mayweather, woman. Conor McGregor, woman. Tyson Fury, woman.
Tyson's a female?
The whole USA female bobsleigh team, men.
Oh yeah.
10 men, and nobody noticed. I'll tell you this much: I ain't never going to Thailand with you or Sai.
I don't know about Tyson though.
You don't know? We'll go check his.
Oh,
baby, his hips don't lie. Go look at his hips, and then come back.
When it comes to Asians,
he's got Bruce Lee hips.
I'm talking about Tyson.
Tyson Fury.
Right.
Mike Tyson's a woman?
Mike Tyson's a woman, yeah.
Mike Tyson's a woman.
I mean, Mike Tyson! Let's go back to Bruce Lee's war cry, shall we? Oh! Now let's hear Tyson's war cry. Ah!
You know, I think Bruce Lee's he's a good fighter, you know. I would probably knock him out in the first round.
Hidden in plain sight. That's a fat woman.
I'm looking for nude pictures of Bruce Lee online, and I'm not finding
any. Rob. The only one you find is where he stood behind a chair, and you can see his hips. You can see his female calves. That's why he's stood behind a chair. What you're looking at is two women, two Chinese women looking at each other. One of them pretending to be Bruce Lee.
I'm curious about Tyson right now.
So, what would be the deciding factor for you?
Skeleton, always skeleton. You can't deny it. They tried to alter Tyson Fury, and it's fucked up. Absolutely fucked up.
I gotta look at this. But I mean, Tyson's frame is like bulky and.
Who?
Tyson.
What about him?
I mean, his frame, it's like really bulky.
So what?
Have you ever seen?
Have you not seen a female bodybuilder? Bruce Lee was a female bodybuilder, an Asian female bodybuilder dancer. Oh,
He did ballet.
He was a ballet dancer, yeah. She was a ballet dancer,
yeah.
Snap out.
There are women. There are women who could.
I don't see Mike Tyson but doing ballet.
No, he was a boxer. She was a boxer.
I gotta look.
I still wouldn't want to punch
Mike Tyson's physique would be hard to pull that off as a female. He's just got too much muscle mass.
Fuck off, silly bastard.
No, women can't get. Women get to a certain point, and they can't go past that.
Right, and you know that all his muscles were real, do you?
That's fact.
You know all his muscles were real, do you?
Sure. His fight record proves that.
All right, so all fights are real now as well, are they?
Well, the ones where you can see contact being made.
I
definitely don't believe in.
It's a dance. Wake the fuck up, Haunted. I'll be the first guy to tell you. Football, snooker, basketball, baseball, boxing, rigged.
That's true.
You know how I know that?
How do you know that?
There's no law that the NFL, they're outside of the law. In other words, the law can't. It's a private organization that can come up with their own rules. And if the NFL says you're allowed to bet against your team, that's allowed. In terms of all sports being rigged, absolutely.
Right.
Muhammad Ali.
Don't mention a fight record then.
Well, you can see, you can examine Mike Tyson's fights and see connections.
Why don't you go and examine his body instead, Mongo?
No, I've seen too much fighting.
I don't care what you've seen. You can't tell a man from a woman. Fuck off.
Have you seen men after, like, post-op, like a Brenda?
Yeah.
Naked.
Yeah.
With female genitalia.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary.
Right. And like Bruce Lee, he's got wonky tits because the doctor who did it wasn't very good back then in the 60s. So I consider yourself uneducated.
Right. Poncho, you're pretty stocky, and it seems like your stockiness is natural. My stockiness is natural too. Like I've been like this ever since I was a kid. I had the same frame. You know, was it easy for you to gain muscle? Did you ever lift weights?
Yeah.
a phase. So it is easy. All right. For some people, it's really difficult to get muscle mass gain.
That's to do with metabolism, though.
I don't know what it has to do with. All I know is that I've going to an all-guys school. I could tell which guys were natural and just physically stronger than the next guy, whereas they had like just like whether you think someone has a good like a strong jaw, you know,
strong jaw, right? Like the Rock Johnson.
If they could take a fight, take a hit.
You mean like Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
No, I'm talking about real life. Like,
yeah, but Dwayne's a woman as well, mate.
What?
The Rock is a woman.
Yeah, that could be. He's dressed up as a woman before. He's dressed up as a woman, and it looks pretty convincing.
It's all of them.
But it doesn't concern me though, because I know everyone's. You know, I don't. I'm outside of. I'm lie proof. I'm deception proof.
You're not lie proof because you think Bruce Lee's a man.
Ponch, did you go through
I don't think of Bruce Lee though.
Right, but there's your Rock. Tell me what's wrong with his picture, Haunted.
Let's look at the tits.
Hold on, let me.
Is that below his belly button?
It looks like
his
shoulders seem real.
There you go. No, they don't seem real. His shoulders are fucked.
I said they seem really.
Yeah, exactly. You can even see holes in his muscle on the right arm.
Where's? I want to see.
He's got wonky titties like Bruce Lee.
Looks like probably fat.
So if you go to the Rock, just there, keep them shoulders in mind, right, Haunted? I don't need to. He might be here, actually. Where is it? There. Now tell me, where's them shoulders gone?
They got hit.
Yeah? I mean, see his wonky nipples? See the lines under him where they went in and changed his breasts?
It would really take up close and personal.
I don't need to go up close. I know a female want to see one now.
Wait, I want to see.
Yeah, but you know that a camera adds at least 10 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Right, but you saw his wonky titties, right?
I want to see the hips. I just pressed it.
I don't know. I really don't know. I wouldn't make a judgment call like this unless I saw it up close. Or else, how would I get someone? You know, how would I be able to convince someone of what I'm talking?
I've seen man boobs over here. I'm at the gym, so you know I can see their titties.
Bruce Lee got a wonky titties, big scars underneath the titties.
But I think the transvestigation thing that got carried away, like I think it was last year. Well, I unsubbed from all those channels. There was a guy, Mystery 3000, who was saying that everybody was a woman, everybody was a man, and it seemed like he was thriving on his sub count.
Mr. E's good. I ignored him. I wish I hadn't.
Yeah, but he never came up with any evidence. He just made like, hey, look at this picture that came off the internet.
What do you mean?
This picture that came off the
he
internet.
never made any evidence. He made plenty of evidence.
But that's not evidence, though, if it's on.
Well, okay then. Let's have a look then. Mongo, USA female bobsleigh team. You can pick one girl. Which one you picking, John?
To do what with?
Doesn't matter. You can pick one. Just pick one.
I don't know, man. Jesus Christ. I would say the girl all the way on the right.
All the way on the right?
The one with the smallest penis.
Yeah, well...
They've all got penises. They've all got penises, John.
Where do we see penises?
They're all men, John.
They edited them out?
You can see it right now, Si, what I've taught you. You can see that they're all men, right? Si? Yeah, you can. You see? You did learn from me in this subject.
I tried to.
Right, but it gets better, doesn't it, Haunted? It gets better, because here's the whole female. Now you can pick two of them.
Why would you want me to go date
Okay,
them?
the blonde...
You know now, though, don't you? You'll never get fooled by a transvestite ever again, Si. They're all men, John. They're all men.
Out to the bar.
What about the camel toes?
They're all men.
But they got camel toes.
I don't. Why do you go sniff it?
You're saying they're post.
You can go and sniff one of the camel toes. Which camel toe are you sniffing? Pick one, John.
The one on the right, but then again, the blonde second to the left.
Which second to the left? So you want the blonde, or do you want Leroy on the end there?
All right, I'm going to switch.
Do you want Leroy or Jason?
On the left, next to the curly hair girl, the blonde.
They're all men, John.
Okay, with the orange shoes. Hey, I just said blonde.
The only one that could maybe be a woman, but it's not. It's the muscles in the legs that's doing it. The second blonde, this one. That's the only one that could be a woman. But I'm just thinking, no, it's not. That's a man as well. It's just the muscles on the leg that's fooling me, making it look like a woman. The hips start here, look, where the zipper stops. That could be a woman, actually. Maybe that is a woman.
The one on the left, it looks like she's got...
Not these ones, though. These are all men, look. V-lines. Up!
Did you ever dress up as a woman for, like...
Yeah, but why are they pretending to be women? If they identify as women, that's all right, yeah? I'm a man identifying as a female, but these are not identifying themselves. They're just saying we're women and we're competing in female sports.
I think it's become so popular. And the media is like, wow, this is really stirring shit up. And people don't care what stirs other people up. And all I have to say is those who don't allow themselves to be affected by this stuff won't be affected. But those that allow themselves to be affected by the media will now start...
Oh, this ain't fucking stopping, Rose. I'll tell you. This will continue till I'm fucking finished. Ain't nobody in chat or on panel gonna stop me looking into this ever. Bat bells going off in the bat cave again. I can't handle this. You can't handle the truth.
But it looks like that's the direction the world is going in.
It's already gone there, silly.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's getting... It seems like that. In my personal life, how many cross-dressers, transvestite's a cross-dresser, transsexual post-op is someone who had the operation. John, right? They don't affect me. They're still people.
John, I don't have a problem with anybody's choice. As long as it's not hating anybody, no problem with it, right? Do unto others as you do unto yourself. You want to do that to yourself, fine, right? But don't try and convince me or my son, because that is disillusioning yourself.
Well, see, that's your role as a father. Best you can do, the best you can offer anyone would be you can offer your son like a new perspective and tell him, hey, by the way, let's talk about the birds and the bees. And now there's a third, the birds and the bees and the fucking cockroaches or something else.
Cockroaches.
You know, do you ever see Train Spotting? You'd have to see Train Spotting, right? Okay, no ball playing. Mm-hmm. Remember that? Begbie is in the car, and it says it on the wall, no ball playing.
Don't tell me Begbie's a woman. I ain't even looked. Give me that.
Robert Carlyle? Dude, Robert Carlyle is about as petite as any other.
I know, that's why I grabbed the keyboard.
I just look at the full Monty. Although he did do a pretty fucking scary tough guy, though. One of the best tough guys. Oh, he's a mean motherfucker in that movie.
Uh-oh.
To contrast his other roles in his, like, you know, romantic movies compared to Begbie. So what we have to look for are what are traits a man has that a woman can't have.
Hips.
Well, obviously genitalia.
No, they can swap that.
No, the hips, the birds.
It's external.
Well, I'm talking about at the moment. You know, because I've seen what the fake penis looks like. When they build for a woman to change into a man, they have
like Iggy Pop. You mean?
No, Iggy Pop's a man.
Fuck off, silly bastard.
Iggy Pop's a total
Shut
guy.
up!
Ooh, absolutely.
Don't tell me that he's a man. You're lying, demon.
You know why?
No, I don't want to listen to your lies, demon. Fuck off.
Because you
sucked his cock.
Of him naked.
Unless you sucked his cock, I don't believe a word you're saying.
I didn't see his dick personally.
I don't care if you saw him personally. I've got fucking hyenas telling me Tyson's a man. He saw him personally.
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop's a woman. Fuck off, Mongo.
No way. No way.
I don't give a fuck what you say, mate. You can lie in front of me all you like, demon.
Iggy Pop, is he in the music industry, or I don't know who Iggy is?
Iggy Pop. Jim
Robert
Oscar.
Carlyle's got a female face. That's doing me head in. Give me a fucking body shot.
Hey, if you look at when you were a kid, all kids sound the same. Little boys sound like little girls. I saw a video of myself at 4 years old, and my voice was really high pitched.
They don't sound the same. All right. When I grew up, there was 2 boys that turned out to be gay, but all the friends, and my mum's friends, and my mum knew that these 2 were gay.
Yeah.
And I know it in hindsight. I never asked them, but they knew that both Gareth and Darren were gay. And it wasn't because they sounded like us, it's because they didn't sound like us. And as a kid, I just thought they both had funny voices. But they didn't. They had these funny alien voices like Joe Pasquale.
Oh, yeah. All right. So do you
for me, you can't tell me that.
Do you think gayness is learned? Or
it can be. I think it's mainly inflicted, to be learned.
Fair enough. I think
but these 2 had those voices, and both of them turned out to be gay without that. This was back in the 70s, without the influence that the children have got nowadays to be gay.
All right. Well, when was the first time you came out of into public and told someone about your first sexual encounter, and why did you do it?
I was in a potato field. That's why they call me Spud.
Okay.
Good one.
But when was the first time, like, you told a friend or like you told someone, and why did you tell that person? Like amongst your peers, did you do it to like look cool?
To a conversation I can't even remember.
Well, I mean, did you want like credit? Did you want like a high five, slap on the back, or did you want to look like a man?
No,
like, hey, look.
I didn't lose my virginity till late on.
Yeah, me too. I didn't lose mine till 19, and it was the worst experience of my life. Absolute worst experience of my life.
Yeah, it was scary, wasn't it? It's the first time.
Well, mine was a little bit scarier, but I'm not going to tell that story because I'll end up being incriminated for things.
You didn't have a turtle with you?
No, I got reverse date raped.
You didn't marry?
Sexual.
You didn't get you didn't marry the person?
No, the girl told all of her friends that that's what I did.
Reverse that kind of reverse date.
Yeah, she told her friends that. 2 years later, went public in River Edge and told everyone that it was just made up story. It was one of her. So this was a girl who led the. She was part of the crew that was like the girls that were not popular, but they were motivated. And the last year of high school in the public school, I didn't go to the public school. The story is that they took over the yearbook office and basically changed everything so it wasn't oriented around the popular kids. It was oriented around them and like the unpopular kids. So she hated guys. She hated men. She hated like big guys, jockey kind of guys. And I looked like a meathead back then, although I didn't know fucking how to play sports at all.
No, you fit the perfect persona, but go ahead.
So, apparently, even though she was on top, that's what she told her friend. She told her friend this weird thing. Like, and my friend, she was having a long party, and I came there, and my friend comes running out. I was like, "Oh, dude, what happened? What'd you do? What'd you do?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like she says they can't find the. There's nothing in the bed. I'm like, what? They're like, he's like, did you pull out? I was like, it's like it never even happened. It wasn't even. It didn't finish. In other words, there was no climactic ending to it. And I was like,
it's okay, Haunted. It wasn't your fault.
Well, I became a victim, and I lost all my friends.
I know. It's not your fault that this woman victimized you.
Oh, you ball bag! Don't you dare, Jibby Jedi.
So I basically got a taste of what gossip can do, because later on, like the next following year, I mean, no one really believed her, but enough people did, where this girl that I went to nursery school with was in a video store and said something to a friend of mine like, "Oh my God, isn't that guy a rapist?" It's referring to me. Until she came out and admitted to her friends that it was just like she kind of, you know.
And I bet she suffered no consequences.
No, but she has to suffer herself. She has to suffer herself. What I suffered was I was scared that the police were going to be called and all this other shit. I was 19, and I was like, "Well, what the fuck? This is my first. This is how it's going to be." It's terrible.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I didn't hate girls, though.
It's kind of how it almost goes.
Shut up, you div!
The first, well, you know, came to my aid or came to my corner were girls. Girls were the ones who explained girls to me. You know, I have the guy's perspective, sure, but girls were like, "Oh, who is this girl? Okay. Well, let me let's get the basics out of the way." Because I was stupid. I didn't fucking know anything. I wasn't like a hot shot. And they told me the girls about the evil, you know, of a woman scorned. And they all knew. These were girls in a different town,
Yeah, they're the Illuminati. They're the ones who hold all the occult, dark, evil knowledge of the Darth Sith female gender. They know. They keep it a secret. Just like we keep it a secret about the men who are assholes. We don't, you know.
We want
keep it to ourselves.
So women control us.
Yeah.
That's the end. That's how it works. Until we stop wanting them, they will have control over us. And when you want a girl badly enough, I had a sort of like a standard or a something I had to look for, and it was the antithesis of that girl. So she helped me find the girl who I would be. She made it easier for me to determine and distinguish who could be trusted as a female. And when I saw the qualities that that girl didn't possess, and that's when I found this girl that I went out with for quite a while, who I learned so much from. Just because she was a little older, and she was like a total leader. All of her friends kissed her ass. Even to this day, they still do. But we were like Sid and Nancy. Big mess. Two like nutcases. Lots of drugs, lots of drinking, lots of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But she was also a tomboy too, so.
Lesbian!
She didn't have a penis. Could have, but.
How do you know?
It wouldn't be in her. She was really honest, and her history was totally an open book. And plus, I saw pictures of her whole life. And she was.
Would you know a real vagina from a fake vagina?
I've never experienced a fake vagina, so I guess I couldn't.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures, and it's pretty fucking creepy, man. When you see a man upper torso, and then it's just like there's nothing there. There's no organ. There's no protrusion. There's no dick there. It's surreal looking. It's really
I have a better
surreal.
question. I have a better question. Would your dick know it's a real vagina or not a real vagina?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
it's something to put it in. That's what we want. You know, when you pick out an animal, right, a pet, you don't care about its gender unless you do. I don't. That's the way I think the world was supposed to be. I think.
What are you saying?
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I don't care if my dog's a male or a female. Like, if I ever got another dog, I wouldn't have a preference. And I thought about, well, as human beings, we have preferences. Why do we have those preferences? Is it for procreation? Is it for pleasure? Is it for? Is it a social commentary thing?
It's personal taste?
Okay.
Free will.
Well, it seems like with all these examples Poncho's given, that it really breaks down a barrier. Like, is there a difference between a man and a woman?
Of course there is.
And I would say the difference is a woman can have a baby, right? But we're not talking about that. We're talking about photographs. So in the end,
do you know any transgender people? I do.
I don't know any personally.
Yeah, see, I know quite a few. And, like, I know quite a few dudes who are now, like, halfway transitioning or they transition.
I know transvestites, but not...
No, I'm talking about all the way.
Yeah, no, I've never met anyone post-op.
Marlon Brando, fuck
I've never met anyone post-op, have you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know quite a few of them. And
they've had male genitalia removed.
Yeah.
Ramshackle vaginas!
The girl at Quick Check fooled me. Totally fooled me. She said that she had male organ. And I was like, what? Unfortunately, she's working for
sometimes like the old them comes out in little mannerisms or things they'll say, like little slips, and it is strange.
I lean back and do that thing where if you're looking at like a picture on your phone, if you move it at least 2 feet from your face, you can see the entire image for what it is.
Oh, fuck off. Marlon Brando's a girl.
When I look at these, there was a movie I watched last night, Assassination Nation, right? And it's about these girls and what's happening with social media and how leaks affect this high school, and everyone goes bonkers. And basically everyone's dirt comes out, or what they look at online. And the point of the movie was people are going to, this is look at how much we hide on the internet, and look at what happens when that's exposed. It starts with the mayor being exposed as a crossdresser. Then he gets on stage and pulls out a gun, and it's totally a retelling of Budweiser, the Budweiser story. The Van Filter, they wrote "Hey Man, Nice Shot," based on the dude, the congressperson who embezzled money and shot himself on live TV, and it was caught on film. They showed this guy. So the mayor does this, right? And the four main characters are 3 girls and a trans girl, but the trans girl has male genitalia. And I was looking, and the whole while my girlfriend's like, "Oh my gosh, she's so disgusting. She's so disgusting." And we were like, "Yeah, it's kind of like unattractive, in my opinion. Like, there's no way when woman has mannish qualities to her, I'm totally put off. It's like, good luck with that, transsexual people. Good fucking luck with that." I did it as a Halloween costume once when I was like 22 years old. And I made the ugliest fucking woman. Just because I have like gigantic male jaw, very chiselly head, a blockhead, but I think it's kind of futile. They make for ugly women. Some make for attractive women.
Yeah.
But it's all fantasy, it's all what you allow into your head, and it's all macho, homophobic, weakness, fear. What will people think of me? When every guy knows that he's had some kind of locker room situation when he was a kid, or he had some friend who like wanted to experiment in the basement.
Well, it's interesting because I was thinking about this just before. I was thinking about Pete and everything that's been going on here lately, and I was thinking maybe gay people got bored, and then they thought, well, rather than like just be a man or put makeup on and a dress and all that kind of stuff, maybe they thought, well, let's pretend to actually be women. And then it kept sort of going further and further to, as far as it can go. Because I reckon this has happened. If you look at the Romans or the Greeks, I mean, they were all like,
there was
having orgies.
Ring finger's the fourth finger, Mel. Mel,
what's
Marlon
that?
Brando. What's the first thing you notice, Mel?
I noticed Adam's apples.
Bruce Lee says, fuck the Adam's apple, they can have that.
Oh my God, is he wearing a short
jaws.
skirt, Pete? Is he wearing a miniskirt?
He's wearing hot pants. She's wearing hot pants. Right?
No,
Wonky Bruce Lee to this for a start, looks like. Apart from Bruce Lee, see the line of the muscle coming across from the... Can you see my mouse pointer, Mel?
I know it. I see it.
You can see the line running down to that nipple on that side lot.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee's got it going the other way. Right?
But Pete, here's the ugliest thing now. I know you're showing me Marlon Brando, but what's his name? James Dean had sex with Marlon Brando. Does it make him gay, or does it make him...
Marlon Brando's a woman.
So that means James Dean was having sex with a real woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, Poncho, if somebody saw your picture and said that you were a woman,
right? How
would you convince them that you weren't?
Well, seeing as you don't understand the female physique, haunted. See this thigh bone here, look.
No, I'm just not as scared of it.
I'm pointing out how to tell. See this thigh bone that I'm pointing at, look.
Your mouse is not really coming up, but...
Right hand side. Follow the hip bone down at a diagonal angle. It's a woman. The hip bone lines up underneath the shoulder and armpit. That's a woman.
But why do you have to point these things out? Shouldn't it be self-evident that it's a woman?
What do you mean shouldn't it be self-evident?
Well, it's a good question, because some like transgender people, it's out in the open, whereas it seems a lot of these celebrities and elites, they're kind of passing it off like a game, like, can you tell? And it's a mind fuck.
It seems like Poncho is trying to make a better case. I don't know why, as if Flat Earth isn't solid enough, for that nothing is right in the world. Nothing is what it seems.
It's a big joke.
That's obvious. That's obvious.
Well, here it is. The ugly truth. It's a joke. It's a funny joke.
But the joke's on you, Johnny, because you've been knocking them out over men all your life and not realised. Pamela Anderson, Megan Fox, Twiggy, Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Beyonce.
I don't have to worry about what they look like online. I just have to worry about what I've dealt with, the women that I've approached. And that's it. Bullshit. Pictures online?
Bullshit.
It's the worst evidence.
You don't give a fuck about your children.
Well, I don't have any kids.
Well, other people's children, you don't give a fuck about them.
Well, that's not...
Basically, you don't give a fuck about children, all right?
No, that's not...
No, you paused. You paused to say you didn't give a fuck.
Poncho,
I interrupted you.
Poncho, you can't say that.
Of course I fucking can. You just said it doesn't change your life.
I don't care about children.
It doesn't change yours, but it changes children's lives after you. Knobhead.
That's not my responsibility.
Fuck you.
Why does it?
Spineless.
Why do you have a problem with me saying that? Why do you have a problem with that statement? What can I do to help other people's kids?
Scared of the truth.
What could I do to help the situation? Nothing. Parents are going to raise their children the way they're going to raise them. Okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking at him, Sarah Silverman, Tracy Chapman.
My experience with kids has always been to one of, I can't stand kids. They end up liking me, and then I have to hang out with them because I'm like somewhat of a kid myself. But I see all the stupid shit that they do and how amazed they are at it. And I looked at myself, in these old movies, and I was like, God, I was such an idiot back then. Like I looked like just a twit.
Right, but now you know the men are women and women are men, and you still don't care. Not for the children.
But what's the harm? What's the harm? How is your child gonna have a grip on reality if you provide it?
Down 180 degrees.
My parents didn't set me up to be able. They didn't like my situation when I ran into that girl. She fucking rocked my world. That screwed me up, and I felt like
holy. You sound like Jibby. Women fuck me up.
Yeah.
Well, when you're 19,
seems like a lot of this.
Share your pain, brothers. Share your pain.
But it's like we go out into the world unequipped.
Life is better.
It's like our parents, in a way. I mean, nothing against my mum or my dad, but I've said that to my mum a couple of times. Like, why didn't you wisen me up a bit to how the world really is? This place is fucked up. And if I had kids, I definitely would. It wouldn't all be about Santa and the Easter Bunny. I'd be really cool about it, but I'd just be like, have your eyes open, because these humans, they're fucking weird, some of them. Not all of them, but some of them are mega weird, and they'll try to mess with you.
Merle, did your mom tell you if you ever get hit to hit back? Somebody hits you, you hit them back?
Just don't stick up for yourself, however you've got to, you know.
Right. That was the message, the strongest message that I got from my mother. My mother was abused, physically abused, not sexually, physically abused by a woman who I had a chance to meet about 5 years ago, and ended up almost strangling her, this old lady. And I understand what I have to be at peace. You know, there's something to say about peace of mind right before you go to sleep. You could turn everything off, and you can only do that if you're, you have the world in check, and that you're okay with things. Like, yeah, I got to get a job real soon before unemployment runs out, but I'm not going to freak out about it. You know why? Because tomorrow could be 9/11 too. Because 9/11 happened just like tomorrow is going to happen. No one saw it coming. So the next thing that happens, unless someone knows what the next thing is, what can you do? I'll die tomorrow. I'm willing to die for certain things. Some people may say that's crazy, that's reckless, that's stupid. But that's why I have such a problem with music. There's no passion. It doesn't rip. It doesn't make my head explode. It's just like boring. It's mediocre, man. And that's one thing I've always fought against. If I ever catch myself becoming boring, mediocre, or whatever, somebody shoot me. You know, that's the worst. It zaps everyone of their potential. And if Poncho's got sexual issues, then he should go see someone or talk about it. If you ever have
try diverting it onto me, you cunt.
If you ever have any urges,
fuck off, Mongo. You're the one with the fucking issues.
Not issues. I don't have issues.
Yeah, you fucking.
I had issues.
Yeah, you fucking have got major issues. You hate children.
No, listen,
you hate children. Your own fucking voice said it. You hate children. You got issues.
I said I hate children.
You got fucking issues. Try and fucking divert your fucking issues onto me. Jesus stands with me, motherfucker. Come and stand in the light of the truth, cunt.
I know Jesus wouldn't believe what you were saying. He wouldn't be so credulous to believe all this bullshit just because it came over the internet and you connected a few dots.
You don't even fucking
when
know.
When are you going to finish? Poncho, when are you going to close the deal?
Get to fuck, you Mongo.
As far as I know, all you have is speculation.
All I've got is speculation. I speculate you're a fucking cunt and a troll. Now fuck off.
So, on your channel, and I'll fuck off. This is your channel, absolutely. You view someone who brings a dissenting opinion to your channel as a troll, and you're going to tell them, especially someone that you've known for
someone
years,
who told me that they fucking hate children.
You know what I meant by that. I don't hate children, okay?
I don't want to babysit for kids. Fuck you, Haunted.
It's not a matter about what I think of things. It's a matter of
you
what
might as well fucking tie a weight round your neck, because when he gets here, you'll wish you'd killed yourself.
What? Say that again?
Hang on. Come on.
Well, you have Poncho, you have something like some kind of thing in your head that I did to you in the past. And I would love to just put it on the table, whatever the fuck it is. And if it's what I think you might have said, it's absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous.
What I might have said?
Yeah. You said I called you something. Once. Why I would ever...
Oh, when you was trolling. It might not have been you, it might have been Itch. It might have been Snacking Itch. Not Snacking you.
All right. There was a time when Snack and I switched profiles. When he came to my job and we were hanging out, I had my laptop and I had the company computer, and we were both online. in the same thing. But I was like, here, you be me, I'll be you. So I don't know what he said. I don't think he would say anything
So
bad
it's
about
probably
me.
it. Don't bother me. So you've got it in your head I've got a problem when I haven't.
No, you've got some kind of problem. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be better to frame it differently, John? Like, if you really want to know where Poncho's at in his life, in his consciousness, like, why don't you ask him sort of like humble, as a person, like person to person? Then you might get a real answer rather than kind of,
I have before.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's Poncho just not kind of being like firm with me or something like that, but there's definitely some kind of problem there.
There isn't a problem. When I see
something
demonic, when I see or hear something demonic, Jesus appears. It's that simple.
I'm the one who understood when you told that story. Everybody else makes fun of you for it. Did I ever make fun of you for that? Did I ever make fun of your Jesus story?
What?
I'm the one who asked you to tell it all the time.
For finding Jesus?
I'm the one who asked you. Tell me visually. Tell me about that story. Man. Well, that's not what I'm asking. I don't need you to trust me.
We're not going to get anywhere if we don't trust each other.
I trust you. I know you're not very... Like, you got your own bone to pick with.
I'm stable.
That's your
thing. The problem is I'm stable, and I'm only looking for the truth. I'm not influenced by you, Jibby, any fucker. I follow my own path.
You are influenced.
Why am I influenced by you?
You're influenced right now.
What have you taught me that has influenced me towards the
just
truth?
Because I fucking challenged what you said.
Bullshit!
Where do we get if we just sit there and agree with everybody?
It's got nothing to do with challenging me. It's about bringing me some fucking proof that Bruce is a man.
How am I going to bring you internet proof? I mean, come on.
Internet proof. You can't bring me any proof. You've got it in your head from Hollywood that he was a martial artist, that he was a man, and that he could knock you out with a 1-inch punch. Opa!
Well, that's the story I've been told.
Yeah, but you believe that story, don't you?
Who says who?
Well,
I don't care about that story.
I don't try to defend Bruce Shee.
I don't let that story into my life except for just fodder, like pop fodder crap. Who cares? That's pop culture. I access it when I want to access, and I pull out of it when I want to pull out of it.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I haven't been around in like a couple of. I haven't been around in a couple of weeks because it gets to the point where you got to step back and go back to normal mode. Normal mode before you got into everything. Everything in the world is fake and all this other bullshit. It's like it seems like everything in the world is fake when I'm looking at the world through the internet. And on television or in movies.
I can't flick that lever like you can. It's turned on and it stays on. It's never going back off.
I didn't catch the beginning of that.
I can't switch the lever back like you can. My lever went forward.
I don't switch it back though.
No, you said you can go back to what you call normal.
Normal.
Right, normal.
Fucking normal. You mean pedos?
Stasis.
Sex cases.
Stasis.
Yeah.
Okay, stasis. Okay, balance. That's it. For the past 5 days, I wake up about 8 a.m. and I've been able to meditate to get back to sleep. I hated sleep my whole life. I was always a hyperactive child, a hyperactive person, more like kinetic type. Wasn't a sleeper. That's my brother's trait. He's like that. He's lazy. But I've been trying something, and it takes a certain physical position to get in, a certain way of sitting. And I've seen how I could bring peace to myself in a fraught situation. And I didn't go online. I didn't get any YouTube. I listened to some podcasting, some interviews.
Right, just stop waffling, right? Go get me a fucking fight scene of Bruce Shee. Away you go. Anytime today. Go and fuck off. Year of the fact, Mongo. Year of the fact.
There's no fact.
You can challenge me all you like, right? I'm not going to call you a troll.
You got to challenge yourself.
But after fucking 15 or 20 people have tried to challenge me on this in the last 4 days, and then you come along, all you've got is internet pictures and videos, you fucking div. That's all there is.
You've also got name calling. Did I call you any names? So something else is happening here.
Yeah, you're insulting my intelligence. You want me to be pretty and nice and be all Jesus about it?
You don't sound too sure.
Jesus dealt with demons one way or another, and he cast them out.
You're going to be a lonely person if you think everyone who opposes.
Oh, now you're telling me I'm going to be lonely.
I'm saying, why are you caught up?
You're fucking projecting. You're fucking gaslighting as usual. I saw a plane hit the towers. Prove it.
I don't need to prove it.
Yes, you do.
To who?
To all of us. Otherwise, you're a lying cunt, aren't you?
Because I'm fucking content and you're not.
You're not content. You hate children.
I don't have any children, all right?
Exactly. Maybe why you hate them, eh?
When I check out my neighbor with the dog, right? I see how they treat the animal, all right?
So you prefer animals over people? Sounds like bestiality to me, you sick fuck.
That's not important to me. What's important is how the second party, child, dog, cat, whatever.
You think more of an animal than a child. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm looking at the other side of the story.
Shut up, Mongo. You're projecting. I can already see it.
I'm trying to explain something.
You're projecting that animals are higher than children. Mongo.
I'm going to tell you, you're crazy with this whole man. These men are women and all this. It's fucking nonsense. And it doesn't get you anywhere.
Who are you protecting, John?
I'm not protecting. You can believe these things if you want. It doesn't seem like it's getting you anywhere. Where's this getting you? What are you learning more about the world through the internet?
Don't you like it, mate? Don't you like that I'm finding truth?
Are you? Who do you need to validate that?
Right. Go get me a fight scene of Bruce Lee. Away you go.
Why would I do that if you're already content with your opinion?
To prove what you're saying, you mumper. Oh my God.
But I don't have to. If you were content in what you believed to be true,
right,
there'd be no question about it. You wouldn't bring it up. You'd be like, yep, I know that shit. I know that fucking Bruce Lee's a woman, and that's that. Once you bring it up to someone else, you're asking for it. And that's called validation. I don't ask anyone to validate.
Validate yourself!
I am validating myself.
No, you're not. Where's your
I'm
fucking
explaining
proof?
to you.
Where is your proof? If you want, I'll do the old Bruce Lee fucking disclaimer again. We'll spend 20 minutes going through the pictures and we'll go through all of it again. And then I'll mock the shit out of you.
That doesn't mean you're a woman. Okay, listen, social media is about validation. And those people who need validation, they need likes. They need other people to hear what they're saying. Because deep down, there's an underlying sense of fear there. And that they don't really believe what they're talking about.
Projecting again.
You wouldn't bring it up.
With your amateur psychology, you're projecting again.
What am I projecting?
That I've got deep down issues.
It's nothing. There's no shame in that.
Only normal. Again, projecting, Mongo.
What am I projecting? I'm not projecting anything.
You're projecting that I've got issues.
I'm having a conversation.
The only issue I've got is with lies and liars.
So do I. Of course I do. I got fired from my fucking job because someone talked shit about me. You think I don't have a problem? That's real life. I could tell you that story. And what are you going to do at the end of it? Tell me that I'm wrong? Because if you did, I'd be as pissed off as you are.
I can't tell you
that's a fucking job, Poncho. That's not internet bullshit, though. That's not actors and celebrities. That's real fucking life. This shit, this is nothing. Bruce Lee's a woman. Well, who cares? Yeah, that's shocking. Big deal. Is that all you got? Listen, I'm not trying to harass you. I just think people got to reduce the credulity factor. You know, it's like mud floods and all this shit, all this craziness. Everyone's like, yeah. It's like, well, what happened to critical thinking? It's like, slow the fuck down for a second. Slow down here. You know, get that critical thinking brain back in action and like shake off all this bullshit conspiracy.
Fuck off. Take your government rhetoric somewhere else, honestly. Boring bastard.
Government rhetoric.
It is, yeah.
Government rhetoric. So you don't think it's healthy to take a step back from all these ideas?
I can hear it in your tone, patronising cunt. Children.
There you go. There you go.
Children. The greatest gift in the world.
Poncho, listen, my girlfriend's nephews adore the shit out of me. I don't need to prove it to anyone, nor does that even affect me. It bothers me that you believe that. I consider you a peer. And I thought a friend, an internet friend. When you came out on the scene, I was like, holy shit, that guy's fucking funny. I thought I was funny. I thought I was funny.
You disagree with Pete. Because you disagree with Pete over something, it doesn't mean that you're not. You're just disagreeing, ain't you?
Well, David, it does kind of sound like it. It's like, I'm a fucking cunt now.
Yeah,
I'm a government
disagrees with everybody else. Haunted, when I first met you, we had a bit of an argument. We're okay now. It's just what happens. No, it's no biggie. If people can't get off their high horse on the opinion of Pete, that's what Pete wants to think. That let him.
My hand is shaking right now.
That's how much why are you so butthurt about Bruce G?
I'm not butthurt. Let's
yeah,
get
you are.
Straight here.
Yeah, you
there's
are.
There's a difference between butthurt and there's a difference between trying to come to an understanding here. And Poncho, either you're seeing where I'm coming from and ignoring it.
Generally, not you personally, but a lot of people are over this.
This is my fourth day.
People are getting really because it's an emotional attachment to it, and people are getting their kind of youth crush.
To your idols.
I don't have idols. You got the wrong guy, man. You got the critical thinker here, and when in this situation, there's nothing for me to stand on. There's nothing for me. When I say that I can't stand children, it's like, yeah, they're annoying. Okay, that's me in an endearing sense. I don't hate children. Are you crazy?
Well, I mean,
you care about children.
I'm a fucking child.
Do you care about children?
Of course I care.
Do you think it's right to teach them that the martial artist, bestest one in the world, one-inch puncher, is a man when he's not?
You know that for sure?
Right. We'll just theorise for it to stop you from fucking diverting from an answer. We're theorising. Is it okay?
Is it okay for a man to portray himself as a woman? Absolutely. In the media? In the media? Why not? Well, tell me why not. Why is that wrong?
The industry, Haunted. What do you think of what the industry is doing to everybody?
Okay, the film industry tells us the truth, and media, TV, tells us lies.
No,
it's about
the film industry mocks us. Don't tell me it tells the truth. It mocks us.
It tells us the truth with technology.
More government rhetoric.
It doesn't tell us any truth.
I think it tells the truth with technology. I think that there's things out there that have showed up in movies before they showed up in the public domain. But that's all about.
It twists and manipulates your emotions. It twists and manipulates your outseeing on life around you. It just twists everything.
I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that.
There might be small little nuggets of truth, tiny little bits like needles in haystacks, but most of it is bullshit. Come on.
And John, to be fair, a lot of us see through it now, and we're tired of it, mate. Like I'm in Australia, they're in the UK, right? I can relate wholeheartedly to where this is going. We're tired of it.
Tired of what exactly?
And I've found a new game. It's like Pokemon. I just call it Tranny-Mon. Got to collect them all, John.
You know, people are going to change. Take a look at how in the 50s, men were more pig-headed and macho. Then in the 60s, people started to lighten up. In the 70s, people were confused. In the 80s, people were decadent. In the 90s, people felt guilty, but still excited. In the 2000s, it just got mediocre. Men started becoming feminized, and the promotion of feminized men, I don't agree with. But I'll deal with that when I deal with it. I'll deal with it face to face. It's much more gratifying. And I've realized that I don't fucking need that. Doesn't threaten me at all. I'm not threatened by that. Okay? I don't have any children. All right? But I think parenting is a huge issue. But who am I to tell anybody else how they should raise their children? Okay, it comes from the people themselves. Okay, parents are these days they're stupid.
They've always been stupid.
They don't smack their kids.
They've always been stupid. They had decadence. They had this. They had all the way through stupid.
There's a lack of discipline.
Yeah. And,
There's a lack
and a lot of people don't take responsibility for themselves.
Yes, that's true.
That's the core thing I see as a human being on this plane.
Leaders.
It's one of the biggest issues there is.
We put up with leaders, political leaders, world leaders, but that completely lack integrity. I could, give me the most unappealing, socially unappealing, hard to advertise, hard to sell to the public guy, but at least he tells the truth. Give me Eustace Mullins, the guy who put his money where his mouth is and got Ezra Pound, his mentor, and got him out of jail after 12 years of asylum. The guy taught him about the New World Order. Eustace Mullins researched, got smarter, got better, went into court and got him released on frivolous charges. And Ezra Pound said that to hell with fucking Great Britain. And he left. He fucking put his word. He put his money where his mouth was, and he took off. If I got a problem with America, well, this, how much am I going to dedicate of the time I have here to fixing the world's problems when I could just fix my world's problems? I could change me. I can't change anyone else.
Fuck you.
And I'm not saying everything is...
One man can change the whole world. One woman could change the whole world overnight. Fuck you.
If you change yourself, Poncho, you change the world.
No, I changed my world.
That is the world, is it not? First and foremost.
You go back to your old world.
I don't need you to agree with me.
You go back to your old world. Normal world. Where everything's
acceptable. That's very hedonistic.
Everything's acceptable.
It's very satanic, hedonistic, care about the self and who cares about outside the self kind of perspective.
Hold on. I didn't write off the outside world. I said priorities first. If your house is toxic, and your relationship is toxic, you're going to go into the world and be toxic. Okay? That's the truth. I know it because I live it every fucking day. Until I can find the times where things aren't toxic, then I better the world. But it's got to start with me. Shit, that's self-evident. That's as self-evident as the earth being not spinning.
Like your surroundings have a profound effect on oneself, doesn't it?
Right, and I have a profound effect on them when I work on me.
You on a daily basis.
What? I'm sorry.
So
say it again.
It's like a cycle, isn't it? It's like a cycle. You're
Absolutely.
trying to sort yourself out, and the system is pulling you back in. And
Listen,
it's like you know.
You know what I've learned? The things that change your world are the things that you do every single day, because those add up to a percentage. That's 100%. If you eat garbage food every day, you're gonna be overweight, you're gonna be obese, and you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Right. I was commuting 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day times 5 days a week times 4 weeks a month, and so on and so on. I was like, that's changing me. That's making me like it's becoming harder to deal with reality because I'm constantly sitting in stop and go traffic. And then I quit that job, and it made a huge difference. But if I'm in traffic for 2 hours once a week, here and there, that's
not
it.
too bad.
It's what you do that starts to add up. You start to become it. I haven't been working, and I took like a break from the craziness, the quote unquote truth, because I gotta have. It's about you at the end of the day, and I know what it sounds like, but shit, if I'm wrong,
it's not about you. It's about us.
Of course it is.
No,
why would I?
Said you. Self-centered selfishness.
Right. So if I don't get my shit straight,
you got to get out of that way of thinking.
No.
The self.
But David, so I'm not saying it's not the be all end all. I better myself so I can.
You're no good to anybody else if you're shit. So you do have to make your shit okay, or else you're no good to anyone else.
Thank you.
I get it.
I'm a fucking toxic shithead. I'm just as bad as everyone else lying to everyone. I'm just more confused, toxic, erratic, and I'm not integral. These are the leaders we have. So if I want better leaders, don't I have to represent who I want? I got to be the change, or whatever they say it is called it. You know, one thing I don't hear anymore is you don't hear the expression I want to find myself. Remember that from the 80s, that expression, like I need to go find myself. Oh, he's going to find himself. You don't hear that anymore because the self is lost. That's like people turn their head. That's fucking boring. That's not digital. That's reality, though.
But do you think some people have? I know I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've found myself. I'm not lost.
There's certain people.
He's patronising you again, Mel.
What's that?
He's patronising you, projecting on you, mate.
What
fucking issues?
I mean, I'm just sitting here with you. Like I'm not somewhere else. And I just said it to my mum just then. It's like there's an old mind, and there's a new mind. That's what I'm seeing. It's more significant. There's a new mind, John.
There absolutely is. There absolutely is.
You know, it's coming in. That old mind. Because I said it last night. Like the old way. That's what's dying.
Mm. Yeah.
So, Poncho, a couple of weeks ago, I found a kid lying on the street who was easily going to die from hypothermia. Maybe not die from hypothermia, but you couldn't see him from a car because people were driving by. Two people walked by him. This dude looked like he was in his early 30s, kind of funky-looking, dirty guy. He totally stunk like alcohol, but his eyes were open just a little bit, and he had death eye. He had that opaque, kind of white, glazed over, like, I didn't know if the kid was dead. I started shaking him a little bit. I was like, how much do I want to touch this kid? You know, like, it was 30 degrees out. It was 30 degrees out that night. And I know for a fact, because I've fallen asleep in the cold, that it doesn't take long to kill someone to die of hypothermia. And when you're drunk, passed out, you don't feel it. You just die in your sleep. So everybody else was like, ew, stepping over him. That came over. This one dude was asking for money next to him. He's like, yo, dude, that dude is fucked up. He's fucking dead. I was like, I don't think he's dead, but he's not getting up. He's not functioning. I hate to have to tell you the story. I didn't walk away from him. I could have, but I chose to do the thing that I would hope somebody else would do. And I have a rule, and the one thing I ever said about you that I took back because it was a great example of what giving looks like when you took your son to that kid who had the dog, right? You took him there and you gave the guy money or food or something like that, and you took your son with you. And I had said something kind of snotty, like, "Oh, he's filming it." It's like that goes against the rules. You can't film acts of kindness. But I tried to take it back before either you had heard it or anyone had heard it. And but you know what? I wasn't shown that when I was a kid. But I've realized doing these things result in a great feeling of self-worth, right? That's been like my anchor for who you are. It's like, I know what that's like to give, to actually do that thing, like go out of your way and help someone. Okay. It's not the first time either. This is like the 7th person. There's been 2 old ladies, 2 old guys. People walk by. These people are bloodied and like just left. But it's amazing how people just turn their fucking head. I don't turn my head. There's something there. I'm only telling you this because that was a great video that you put out. Because I think, did that guy have a dog? You know the one I'm talking about, the homeless person? Poncho?
You know what's worse than filming acts of kindness is bragging about acts of kindness.
I know. I hate the fuck I have to tell the story. See, if I took my phone out and filmed it, I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. Like my head's not in the right place. The people, those groups who film those YouTube videos where all of a sudden the homeless person gives the money that they were given right back to a homeless person, or they buy food for all their homeless friends. Yeah, I don't believe them, and it's a shame. You're never supposed to film yourself doing these things. You're supposed to remain humble. It's so much harder. The credit I got was from the two people that saw me doing the thing that they weren't doing. But it wasn't about that. I was like, holy Christ almighty. When this guy stood up, I had to pick him up and like carry him. It's disgusting. He had a sandwich from Quick Check all over his thigh, in his pocket. Like you could tell he was like a squatter or something like that.
Oh, right. Squatter. Was he homeless, yeah?
There's a homeless element in Hackensack. There's a woman who comes around that I always give my sweatshirts to, just because good. Just because I want to be that's my hot way of being macho.
Yeah, I think you do.
I'm going to shut up about this. But if anyone knows what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about. They know that feeling of what it's like to actually help someone.
Yeah, I know that feeling because I do the same. Sometimes I get given presents that are not my style, like clothing or a pair of shoes, training shoes. No one wants to wear them in the family. So I go down to the homeless and give it to them. And you do feel good because you're making a difference instantly there. They're not going to waste. Someone's going to wear them. And the smile on their face makes you feel good. Sorry, I said that.
Nah, I was just laying down and listening.
Jimmy, this fucking channel is infected. I'm done.